Hey my lovelies, Serene Dream here with another pick a card reading, and today's requested topic is what will we heal in each other? And the topic is pretty self-explanatory. It's any prospective relationship that you're going to be in. You want to know what it is that you and that person will heal in each other. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. Only take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. If you have not checked out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can go ahead and check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance, and on the screen are 3 herbs. Go ahead and make your selection. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so for those who chose herb number 1, what will you and your person heal in each other? Okay, I'm hearing loneliness, and then I heard worthy. I feel that in this group, many who selected this group, you deal with a feeling of loneliness, and I feel that it stems from a feeling of unworthiness. You feel that you're not worthy of having someone to share your life with. Or it's not that you don't seek out relationships, but I feel like I'm hearing that you seek out people who tend to abandon you. Oh, that's it. That's why I heard loneliness. I feel that you tend to connect with people that leave you alone. So when you're in a relationship, even, I feel this person may spend a lot of time away from you, not because they're doing anything productive or that they really have to. It's like a choice they make. Like maybe they choose to hang out with their friends a lot more than spending time, quality time with you. Um, or they just don't go out of their way to really have that one-on-one time with you a lot. So they leave you alone a lot, and so you tend to feel lonely even within a relationship. And I feel that you keep attracting people like that because there's somewhere deep down inside of you that you don't feel like you deserve better or this is the best you can do. So I feel like that's the overall issue that I feel like you've been dealing with in past relationships. And I feel that with this particular person you're coming to this reading for, like they're going to heal the part of you that doesn't feel worthy of someone who sticks around. And so, like that trigger that you have, that constant trigger you have that this person is going to leave, like everybody else, this person is going to be there to basically let you know that they aren't like the people of the past. And I feel like your person has had a lot of hardships in their life that resulted in a lot of sadness. So I feel like their past was plagued by sadness, and I feel that being with you will bring a lot of happy out of them that they've been missing for a very long time. They could have been dealing with such a dark past to the point that they shut off their emotions. So if that is the case for your person, I feel like you might be opening this person back up to feel again, to feel safe enough to feel emotions and embrace them and be happy. So I feel like both of you kind of mirror that sadness issue, because with the loneliness feeling you felt in past relationships and whatever their past is, you both struggled with those feelings of sadness, deep sadness. But I feel like your person, because I feel like for most of you, your person is a masculine, they, in an unhealthy way, tend to cope with too much emotion by shutting it off. And I feel that's what your person did. So you're going to be opening them up again and allowing them to feel safe in their emotion. You're going to be highlighting like the toxic traits in each other, the things that make you go, I heard like the things that make you go, mm. So there are going to be things about each of you that you're not going to realize you are dealing with until you dive deeper into your relationship. Yeah, like you might think you're perfectly normal and the way you handle things and respond to things is perfectly normal, and your person may feel the same. But it's like when you're, once you are deeper into the relationship or once you connect, you're gonna start to call out things in each other, and you're gonna, like, your person might say, you know, like, I don't, when you do that, that makes me feel a way, and you're like, what are you talking about? And you don't even realize you're doing it, but then when your person points it out, you realize, like, wow, I do that. And vice versa with them, like, you'll point out things in them that they didn't realize they were doing, unhealthy ways they were coping with certain issues and certain responses they had, and you're going to call that out about them, and then they're like, you know what, I wasn't even aware I do that. So it's going to make both of you become more aware of those like toxic traits you have, and consciously work on correcting them. All in all, yeah, I feel like you all are going to be lifting each other up out of this funk, this I'm hearing pit of despair. So I feel like both of you have been in a pit of despair. Now it may have looked, the pit may have looked a little different, you know, for each of you, but they were both pits of despair. And I feel like you're both going to be, this relationship is going to be lifting you both out of those pits of despair, and bringing more brighter and lighter days into your life. A lot more happiness. You're going to feel a lot of balance with each other. I feel like you're going to feel really at home with each other, really safe. I keep getting that energy of like you feeling safe with each other, which I feel you're going to realize is very important, because that was something that you never felt in the past with anyone else. And I'm hearing that for some of you, you could have even had trouble feeling safe with your own parents. You know, so I feel like this might be the first time that you're actually with someone who makes you feel safe. And same with them, same about them with you. What I feel like you're going to do though, because you're going to cherish this relationship so much, I feel that you all are going to be extra protective of it. So you might not be like a very open, showy relationship. You might be kind of low key, because the way you're feeling with each other is so new for you to feel that way in a relationship. I feel like you might have the thinking or approach that you don't want anything or anyone to come between you or even have a chance to mess it up. So you're like, let's just stay low key. Like nobody has to. It's not that you're hiding the relationship, but I don't feel like you're gonna be like that couple that's posting couple pictures, you know, every 5 minutes, and you know, dressing alike and being all around town. Like I just feel like you're going to enjoy each other. I feel like the best moments you're going to have is going to be the moments when you're, when it's just the two of you. It's not to say that you aren't going to go out amongst people and crowds and stuff and enjoy those times as well, but I feel like the private times together is where you really shine. I feel like someone in this relationship might struggle with um, spending. Like they might not be very good with money management, but I feel like the other person is. So whoever it is struggling with managing their money, the other person is going to teach them how to get better at that. And they might find that they have more money than they probably ever had in their lives because they aren't being reckless with their spending, or they're learning how to budget and just overall manage their finances a lot better, because I feel like someone in this coupling is extremely financially smart. This is despite you all having previous relationships, this might feel like your first true love. You might feel like each other's first true love. So you might even say, and your person might even say, like, I thought I was in love before, but I realized I've never really been in love before now. So you might even just, I don't want to say rewrite history, but more so like when you probably were asked that question in the past, like, have you ever been in love? You would think about, those past relationships. You're like, yeah, I was with this person and that person. But it's like now, it's like you're going to quote unquote rewrite history. So if you're asked that question now, I'd be like, no, I've never been in love before my person now. Because it's like this love is healthy, this love shines bright, and most of all, it's like this love helps you come into yourself the right way. Okay, so let's move on to herb number 2. Timestamp this here. Okay, so for those who chose herb number 2, what will you and your person healing each other? And the first thing I'm hearing is negative thinking. I feel like someone, or maybe both of you in this couple, might struggle with being very pessimistic. And I don't feel like it's in one thing. I feel like it's pretty much an overall approach to life. You and or this person might struggle with seeing the brighter side of things or always expecting the worst. And I feel like this comes from like a very hurtful past where you probably weren't, I'm hearing you weren't giving much nourishment. So you could have had parents who were very abusive, if not physically. They could have been like mentally, emotionally, or maybe even verbally abusive, or maybe all of those things. But I feel like it stemmed from like a very early point in your life, whoever this applies to, whether it's you or your person or you and your person. But yeah, I feel like this stemmed from a very early point in this person's life that made them have a very negative outlook on life. So whenever something is going to happen, like this person could say, hey, like this person could be presented with an opportunity to say, like, hey, you can actually win, all you have to do is enter into this or do XYZ and you have the chance to win. This person would say, why should I even enter if I know I'm not going to win? Like, although they're being told they have a chance to win, this person automatically thinks they're going to lose out to somebody else. And again, I feel like it stems from a very early point in their lives where they were constantly told that they were constantly deprived of support, of nourishment, as I heard, and constantly looked over. And I feel like for a number of those who resonate with this, looked over specifically by their caretakers. So if they had siblings, for instance, they could have been like the black sheep of the family, where the parents maybe favored a sibling over them. They were constantly given like maybe hand-me-downs while their sibling got, newer clothes and things of that nature. Like if their sibling wanted to do something, the parents would invest in them, and then this person would ask and the parents would be like no. So I just feel like this person constantly felt rejected, and I feel like a lot of it came from their early childhood, from their own caretakers. And I feel like they carried that attitude into adulthood, where they constantly feel like they aren't going to be chosen, or they're never going to be given something good, or that their life is always going to be a mess. And so this relationship is going to help this person get over that feeling. It's sort of like group 1 but different. And I feel like it has a lot to do with this person's partner is going to nourish them in a way that they have been missing. So if they did have like an absent parent, even if the parent was physically there and they were maybe emotionally absent, this person is going to give them the energy of that parent that they were missing. So, like, let's say they had like an emotionally absent mom, and it developed like these mommy issues, and maybe they have, trust issues with feminine figures, and this person will come in and they will sort of like take on, and not even consciously, I feel like this person would come in the relationship and just naturally have the energy that this person needed when they were a child or when they were younger, and just kind of like pour it into them. And this person will, like, it would help to heal those wounds, or even if it was like a father figure who was absent, whether physically or emotionally, and this person comes in and they give them all that fatherly nourishment without even realizing they're doing that. But either way, it makes this person feel like they finally have like that caretaker nourishment. And it's not to say that they're like literally looking for a mommy daddy replacement, but I just feel like this person is going to carry that energy and just subconsciously pour it into this person, and it's going to awaken the parts of this person that's been dead or that they turned off because they weren't given it before. I'm hearing, I don't even know what the song, I mean, I guess that would be the title of the song. I don't know who sings it, but it's like an old, it may be like a hymn, but he's got the whole, oh, it is, it's a gospel song, I guess. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. I'm hearing that song, and I feel as if this relationship is going to help one or both people develop like a bigger faith, or like a faith overall in God, in a higher power. Um, yeah. So someone could like have been someone who didn't believe in any kind of higher power, or they could have had, or it could be that someone had somewhat of a belief, but they didn't truly have much faith that this higher power was looking out for them or would do anything for them. So yeah, however it plays out, I feel like this relationship is going to be healing that part of this person and help them to believe in a higher power, either for the first time, or helping them develop more faith in the higher power if they did have somewhat of a belief before. This person might start going to church. I'm hearing reading the Bible or whatever religious scripture it is that this couple believes in. But yeah, I just feel like this person is going to start to develop a faith in the higher power that they did not have before as a result of this relationship. Yeah, I'm hearing reborn. So someone might actually be going. I don't know what they call it in the other religions, but I know like in Christianity there's baptism. But if there is any sort of um, ritual like that in another religion where someone is like reborn, able to be reborn again, as a new person in that faith, I feel like that some people who relate to this group or resonate with this group may be going through something like that, to be reborn again in the faith. They might, yeah, so they might take their faith all the way and become somewhat of like a fanatic of the faith as a result of this relationship. And I feel like it's going to come from, of course, the inspiration of the person that they're with, but I feel like something is going to happen while in this relationship that wakes this person up, and it helps them develop like a whole new perspective of the faith. And it may have to do with something they observe in their partner, like something that happens to their partner that makes them say, wow, like this happened. I saw this with my own eyes. I'm a believer, type of thing. I also feel like there's going to be a lot of wisdom accumulated in this relationship. So I feel like one or both people might be growing more wise. This relationship has like a deep spiritual element to it. Like without any push or force from the other person, I feel like just the very presence of each other just pushes you all to be better, like spiritually. Um, yeah, I feel like you're gonna look back and not even realize like how, like when you look back maybe 6 months from now, think back to where you started when you first got with this person, and you'll be like, I didn't even realize, like I really used to be like that. I don't even recognize or remember the person I used to be anymore. But you're going to be so proud of yourselves, like, because I feel like this is going to happen to both of you, maybe in slightly different ways, but like the wisdom you're going to have, the growth you're going to experience, the faith you're going to develop, just the spiritual evolution you're going to develop while in this relationship. You're both going to be so proud of like your progress. And yeah, you're going to be not wanting that. Like you're going to look back and just be so grateful for this relationship, because something about it, like I said, without force from the other person, you're both going to know that you wouldn't be here if you had not entered the relationship with this person. Yeah, it's almost like you're saying, I didn't, almost like you're going to be saying, like, I didn't even know who I was before I met you, or like you helped me discover who I was. And like, again, I feel like this is a mutual energy. You're both going to be like thinking to yourselves how much or how lost you were, or how unaware you were, how undeveloped you were before you got together. And I feel like it's going to be pushing you, I'm hearing pushing you to your peak. So, who you're meant to become in this lifetime, I feel like you're going to reach that in this relationship. And that's the beautiful thing about this relationship, because it's not just like two people who are like relying on each other for emotional support and just to make you feel good. Like the two of you are helping each other level up into who you're really meant to be. So what you're going to heal is, I mean, it is healing, but it's like you're more so helping each other grow. And the growth is really helping you reach your peak of like your real identity, your real mission in this life, and the ways to fulfill that. And again, I feel like you're both going to be looking back, realizing that you may have not reached this point if you hadn't gotten together. So you're going to be super grateful for each other for that reason, if nothing else. Even if this relationship doesn't last, I feel like you're always going to be grateful to each other for you all triggering that growth in each other. Okay, so let's move on to group three. Time stamping this here. Okay, so for those who chose herb number 3, what will you and your person heal in each other? What I'm picking up immediately is somebody in this relationship might, before getting into this relationship, they might have been someone who was very into other people's business. Maybe getting a little bit too involved in their friends' relationships, their family relationships, or even I'm getting like celebrity gossip or something like that. But when you enter this relationship, it's like you're not gonna care. I just feel like someone was filling their time with other people's business because maybe they didn't have much business of their own, Or I'm also hearing like misery loves company. So maybe they would like to indulge in other people's misery or find out scoop and just kind of like dwell on that because they weren't really happy in their own lives. But in this relationship, it's like they're going to pull away from that and learn how to just, it's like they're going to finally have their own business and be so consumed with their own lives that they're not going to have time for what they used to. They're not going to care about other people's business the way they used to. Even when people might call them and try to get their advice, they're not going to really be that invested anymore because yeah, there it's like this relationship is going to like change that part of them to make them realize that they don't have to be invested or they shouldn't be that invested in other people's business, especially unsolicited. I'm hearing that song, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and hurt you. I feel like, oh, you know what I'm getting? One or both people, but I feel like this is one person in particular. One person in this relationship could have had a habit of running away very easily. Like when things get hard or just inconvenient or they just get a little bit pissed, like they're not the kind of person who sticks around and works through an issue. They just run. They don't like to deal with the conflict or anything that makes them feel unpleasant. Even if it's just like a minor discomfort, this person runs away from that because they don't want to feel that. And I feel like this relationship is going to help them face that. Like all them, whether minor or major discomforts, they're going to, like their partner is going to encourage them to work through those feelings, work through those moments, and not run away. Because they're going to help them realize that it's no way you're going to have a relationship ever if you're constantly running away from the problem. How can you address the problem? How can the problem ever be solved if you're always running away from it? And all you're doing is running away from this problem just to go somewhere else and create more problems for yourself. So, like, that's what they're going to help this person realize, that you running away is not solving anything. And all you're doing is running toward more problems. So, wouldn't it be better for you to stay where you are and fix those problems and then get that on track? So you don't have to worry about running into a whole bunch of other problems. Like the person is going to say you're going to end up minimizing your problems by just staying and fixing these set of problems rather than running away and creating a multitude of problems that become so overwhelming that they take over your whole life and your whole energy. So the person is going to, like, when it's broken down for them like that, they're going to start to realize what they've been doing and say, you're right. And they're going to actively work on resolving issues, like staying put and resolving the issues. And it is going to be terribly difficult for this person at first. But they are really going to sit there and work through those emotions, like, with all their strength, with all their energy. And I feel like the partner that is encouraging them to work through it, they're going to admire, like, seeing this person put forth more effort in that area. I also feel like someone has like a extreme issue of mistrust. This person, yeah, this person, somebody in this relationship doesn't trust anybody. And I feel like they may not trust anybody to the point where they constantly believe that someone is doing something against them. So they might be into excessive spying, like maybe checking phones, DMs and stuff like that, constantly spying and seeing what their person is up to because it's like they're waiting to find something that's going to validate this unnecessary suspicion that they have. And it's not that this person triggered that suspicion. I feel like this person came into the relationship just being suspicious, and they would be that way with anybody. And so they spend their time like unnecessarily spying to find something to validate this feeling of suspicion. And I feel like this relationship is going to help them get over that and realize that it's not healthy to operate like that in a relationship, and that trust is a very important factor, a key element to a relationship. So yeah, someone's gonna calm that all the way down. Like I feel like this person is like a super spy. Like they put like spy software on computers and cars, and they're checking mileage and everything. Like that's just how they are. But they're gonna chill out on all of that and realize that that's just really crazy behavior, and that if they have to feel that way about their partner, if they really can't trust them on that level where they feel the need to do all that, then they shouldn't be with them. And then when it really hits them that, they're being a crazy person like that, they're gonna be like, you know what? I need to stop that. And it is gonna be like hard, like old habits die hard. And but yeah, this person is gonna put forth the effort to pull back, pump the brakes on that behavior. I also feel like someone in this relationship could struggle with allowing someone in, and what I mean by that is like being emotionally open and vulnerable with the person, with their partner. This person, somebody is used to being closed off. They're not transparent with their feelings. They don't communicate, at least not well. And the other person, I feel like, is going to be fighting to and saying like, let me in. And I feel like it might be a threat of a breakup that gets this person to realize that they're being impossible and unfair. And then they're going to start to open up slowly, but they are going to start to open up because they're going to realize they don't want to lose this person. And they realize that that's something that they need. They need to be more transparent and emotionally open and vulnerable if they're going to maintain a relationship, not only with this person, but with anybody. But I feel like they really don't want to lose this person because they probably felt more or feel more for this person than they felt for anybody else they've ever been with. And I feel like they probably haven't really had a real relationship in a long time. So, yeah, it's like now that they finally have one, they're like, I don't want to lose this. It feels good to finally have somebody. Let me just let my guard down a little bit. Overthinking is another issue I feel like someone suffers with in this relationship. They're going to learn how to calm that and not overthink every situation, because I feel like they overthink to the point that it leaves them paralyzed and they don't move forward. When there's a decision to be made, they think and think and think and overthink some more. And then at the end of the day, the time passes and then the decision is made for them because they were just spending so much time thinking that they couldn't make a decision. And so yeah, I feel like that's something that someone struggles with. This relationship is going to help them get out of that overthinking issue, get over that, and just really understand that no move is ever going to be perfect. Like you're going to get some right and you're going to get some wrong, and even when the move is right, it might come with some, consequences and downsides, but that's just a part of life. And I feel like that's really why this person was always stuck in their head, because they never wanted to make a wrong move, not understanding that there really isn't a wrong move, because even with every step that you're taking, everything that's happening is all to lead you somewhere. It's all to teach you something, whether bad or good. So yeah, I feel like this person might have control issues, and that's why they overthink, and they're gonna learn to get over that. Someone might deal with physical insecurities. I feel like their partner might help to ease that, and make them realize that they are perfect looking just the way they are. They don't want them to look any different than how they already look. But I feel like before this person was constantly nitpicking their looks, feeling like they weren't good enough, they weren't good looking enough, and maybe even thinking about getting some work done, or maybe did get some work done as a result of those insecurities. I also feel that in this relationship, these two people are going to be building something that that rakes in a lot of money. So they might be going into business together, and business might be extremely successful. I feel like one of the people in this relationship, though, like they don't even, whatever they're going to be doing, like it's the first time for them, and it's maybe something they never even thought about ever investing in or doing. But with the convincing of their other partner, they're going to get into it anyway. They're going to go along with it, and they're going to be so happy they did, because this venture, whatever it is going to line both their pockets. And so, yeah, this is literally like this couple's baby. It's not like a physical human baby, but it's definitely a very beautiful, successful business venture. They're going to be starting together, and like I said, they're going to be bringing in the big bucks from it. It's going to be a great idea. So if there were any money troubles before getting together, those money troubles are going to be resolved through this joint business venture. Okay, so that's about all I have for you all for this pick a card reading. I hope it was helpful, and thank you to whoever requested that topic. Again, if you have not checked out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, or your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can check out the Vimeo links below to view those. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information below as well. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance, and I will be back on more readings, lovelies. Bye.